Good morning. Let's start today's current affairs session. To start with, the very first topic that we'll take is regarding the drone insurance policy. Fine. So the present time, the time of drones, and drones are being widely used right now. The government has taken off this policy for drone, and drones are being wider used. Fine, and other drones are being used. So the issue comes. So who will give protection to these drones or insurance to the drones? Fine. So how the drones will be protected or given insurance? Fine. So the NASCAN drone insurance market in India is seeing a flurry of activity after HDFC Ergo, ICICI Lombard, Bajaj Airlines, Tata AIG, Public Sector New India Assurance has launched its unmanned aircraft system insurance, because private and even the public sector, okay, so आज this is right now to be given insurance. Okay, so many companies are joining hands to launch their drone policy. Fine. So how big is the drone market in India? The recent report indicated that drones and allied component industry can boost India's manufacturing potential by approximately 23 billion by 2030. The report emphasized the need for innovative and competitive manufacturing capabilities and a strong action plan to help India become a global hub for drone manufacturing by 2030. Right now, there is a time when we are importing these drones, completely importing the drones. But time has come when we plan to plan that we will be having our own drone manufacturing facilities. Okay, so it and the potential is $23 billion by 2030. So see the magnitude of this particular market. $23 billion drone market is there in India by 2030. India's drone manufacturing industry crossed annual sales of 60 crore in financial year 2021 and is expected to grow to 900 crore by 2024. 900 crore, target $23 billion. Drone categories: nano drone less than equal to 250 grams, micro drones greater than 50 grams less than 2 kg, small greater than 2 kg less than or equal to 25 kg, medium drones 25 kg less than equal to 150 kg, large drone greater than 150 kg. And depending upon their size, so they have the capacity to carry the payloads or on missions. Fine. Okay, so it all depends on how these drones based on their capability are used and the purpose for which they are used. That is what the highlight of this drones or the usefulness of this drone, because They are right now being used from medicine delivery to food delivery, on emergency deployment to rescue, relief, reconnaissance, even attack. Flying restrictions in India: a micro drone may not fly higher than 60 meters above the ground or faster than 20 meters per second. Small drone may not fly higher than 120 meters above ground level or faster than 20 meters per second. Drones that are medium or large must fly in compliance with the conditions outlined in the DGCS operator permits. Prohibited zones are completely off limits, whereas restricted area requires prior approval of the DGCA. Yellow, green, red permits. Control airspace, no permission required. Flying not permitted. So we have different things. Okay. So accordingly, we give the permission for flying of the drones, and accordingly they are used. Government policies. What is covered under the drone insurance? Insurance players are now offering drone coverage within the framework set by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI. Okay, so they fix it as per the IRDA policy. Okay, insurance players are now offering drone coverage within the framework set by the IRDA. Participants, it will cover large aircraft to solo flying gliders, and it will be offered to drone owners, operators and manufacturers. Policy coverage. The policy covers physical damage to the aircraft and its theft. It also provides cover for accidental physical injury to the third party or damage to their property due to the aircraft operation. Fine. So this is where the policy cover. Fine. So that means, so the drone policy will cover. Okay. So what is the first thing? The drones, what they are carrying, the drone safety, as well as the safety of the things that they are carrying, all are covered under the drone policy launched by the government. So that is what is a broad issue. Okay, that how and what will get coverage under this, starting from accident to threat. So this policy cover all the domains of the drones from accident to threat. It is designed to cover fixed wings, rotor wing and hybrid UAV that can be controlled remotely with pilot intervention, or autonomous drones without pilot interventions. These aircrafts are generally deployed in military and non-military applications, including surveillance, geography and infrastructure inspections, and aerial photography. It will provide coverage for the replacement or repair, accidental loss of or damage to the UAVs, okay, arising from the risk covered, including disappearance if the UAS is unreported after the commencement of the flight. Third party liability coverage. It will cover legal liability like bodily damage or property damage, okay, bodily damage, property damage claims to third parties arising out of the use and operation of the drones. If the drone use affects someone else's property or affects his person, this policy also cover. Okay. Under the drone insurance policy. Fine. These are covered under the drone insurance policy. What is the government policy for this? The Director General of Civil Aviation initially offered coverage to drones within a visual line of sight, and during the day, however, the regulator changed the guidelines to offer coverage beyond visual line of sight. Insurance regulator IRDA asked insurers to offer drone insurance coverage in February 2021, and since then the drones insurance is in operation in the country. Fine. So globally, drones are classified as aircraft, and aviation regulators have stepped in to regulate the sector. The government of India has brought in policies, drone policy 2018 and drone policy 2019, which nudged the DGCA to come out with regulations. Civil aviation regulations CAR 1.0 2018 and recently draft unmanned aerial vehicle system 2020. So these are the government policy to regulate the drones and their operation in the country. Fine. The aim is to make India the drone hub of the world, because you know that right now drones will be widely used in agriculture, and if the drones are really made fit to be used in agriculture, this will open the floodgates for the use of drones. If it is possible that drones will be really used as the government want, okay, so then it will be having its, okay, that is what is the issue, that the drone will have a brighter future in the country. And if the drones are used, practically used in agriculture as the government plans, okay, so it will bring a revolution in the drone market of the country, because other uses are also there, but agriculture being the biggest activity in the country, if really drones are used in practice in agricultural activity, so it will bring a big revolution in the drone market of the country. So also the demand for insurance will be there. Fine. Need of the hour is to generate a strong demand, increasing manufacturing, drawing investment and facilitating exports. The government is carving out drone corridors to facilitate cargo deliveries. Right now government plans to launch the drone corridors, in which the delivery will be done through the drones. Fine. So deliveries will be done through the drones in the drone corridors. Fine. Government also plan it. Okay. So all the types of delivery will be done through the drones. Okay, in the drone corridors as planned by the government. The government has very big plan. Okay, to make India an emerging. Okay. The most emerging market, and that is why the drones has a very big future. Fine. Moving next. It is the bending of bronze, very unique thing. Right? So you must know what is bronzes, bending bronzes. What is bronzes and why they are in international news? Okay. Germany has returned 200 bending bronzes that are looted in the 19th century to Nigeria as a ceremony that was held in Abuja, the country's capital, recently. The return of these precious artifacts took place after Germany in its July 2022 signed an agreement with Nigeria, pledging to transfer the ownership of the around 1,100 bending bronze. The German decisions came amid renewed calls worldwide for Western museums and nations to return artifacts plundered during the colonial period to their countries of origin, because the museums in the European and American countries have kept or have plundered lot from the countries whom they keep at their colony, and right now demand is that, so let you please return those what you have stolen from these countries. Okay, because you don't have any right for that, and so this is a nefarious design by which you have stolen this, and right now time has come. So those countries, so through the colonial rule, those who have stolen the artifacts from the country of origin, they should return it to their country of origin. Fine. The German decision came amidst renewed call worldwide for Western museum and nations to return artifacts plundered during the colonial period to their country of origin. Early in October 22, prestigious Smithsonian Museum returned 29 bending bronze to Nigeria after launching an institution-wide review of its particles and ethical codes. So they have kept it, and right now they are returning to their country of origin because they are plundered during the colonial rule and scattered over different countries, especially European country, because European is the colonial master during the high day of colonialism. What are the bending bronze? From intricately decorated cast pluck to animal and human figurines, the Benin bronze are a group of over 3,000 sculptures and artwork from the ancient kingdom of Benin in present day of Nigeria, which dates back to at least 16th century. These historical pieces were looted by the British colonial forces during their infamous raid on Benin City in 1897. Several of these pieces had been especially commissioned for the king of OAS and queen mother of the kingdom. These artifacts provide insight into the culture of the Benin kingdom as well as its relationship with the neighboring states. Some of the pieces are point to the kingdom's relationship with Europeans. So they have been presented. They are the artifacts which presents the country's relation with its own within its own system, about its own system as well as its relation with other countries of the world. Things like this. Example, see how master crafts have prepared these things and how the European colonial masters have stolen them like thieves and have kept them in the museum. That's the most saddest part, that they have been able to steal these things and they have been put them in their museum as their prized possessions, and right now good sense is prevailing them to return these artifacts to the country of origin. How did they pass the European hands? In 1897, after seven British delegates were killed on their way to Benin City for the trade mission, the British launched a retaliatory military expedition which ultimately resulted in the city being captured. The Benin Royal Palace was partially destroyed and looted. Thousands of artifacts were taken back to Great Britain. Since then, the items have been scattered around the world. Nigerian historians and activists have long been trying to get them back. The 20 Benin bronze returned by Germany recently included an 18th century throne stool and a sculpture commemorating a Benin Oblak king. These items will be displayed in a pavilion which is being built in Benin City next to the under construction Edo Museum of West African Arts. Fine. So the country, when it gets it back, it want to display them for the public view because it's their own, stolen by the foreigners, and right now coming back to the country of origin. So they need to be displayed before the people. Why did Germany decide to return the artifacts? The call for returning the Benin bronze got momentum of the French President Emmanuel Macron in a historic speech during his visit to Burkina Faso in 2018. Promised to return stolen or looted artifacts to their countries of origin. It was followed by another crucial moment when the Humboldt Forum, inaugurated in 2021, the museum in Britain is dubbed as Germany's equivalent to the Louvre, the British Museum, came under intense criticism for its ownership of looted art and other artifacts, including about 500 Benin bronze. In February 2019, in response to rising pressures from the global art community, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel invited a small number of historians and experts to discuss the restitution. This culminated in the setting of certain guidelines for repatriating colonial era artifacts that specified that all the wrongfully acquired objects should return to their rightful owners because they are from a particular country. They have been stolen, and right now time has come to return them to their country of origin. That is being done right now. So they will be returned to their country of origin. Fine. This is being discussed right now and around the world. So they need that this need to be returned to their country of origin. Okay, so this is the first steps toward this. It has just started, and the more than 3,000 artifacts stolen from the countries, okay, will be returned in future if the international community agree to that. In 2021, Germany signed a memorandum of understanding with Nigeria after several rounds of negotiation, and later came to an official agreement to return more than 1,000 Benin bronze that are on display in the country's museum. On the occasion of announcing this agreement in July 2022, the European nation gave back two bearing brooch, including a head of a king dating from the 18th century and an intricately designed 16th century plaque. After the transfer of 20 more of these artifacts in December 20, it is expected that many more will reach Nigeria by 2023. According to reports, some of these pending bronze will stay in the Germany on long-term loans because Germany has put them in their museum. So, as a face saving activity, they will be displayed in the Museum of Germany with the tag that they have been given as loan by Nigeria, okay, to Germany, and they are on display at the different museums in Germany, okay. But this is a positive step. The international community is able to understand that what is the worth of these historical artifacts for a country, and it started returning it. Which other looted artifacts have countries demand to be returned? There have been repeated demand for return of the Kohinoor diamond, one of the largest and perhaps the most storied diamond in the world, which was taken away by the British East India Company in 1949 and is now part of the British crown jewel. The other well-known example is the Rosetta stone currently displayed at the British Museum. It is the ancient Egyptian stone that features the inscriptions that form the basis of Egyptology itself. The stone was discovered by the army of Napoleon Bonaparte near the town of Rashid in 1799 during the emperor's campaign to conquer Egypt. It was passed on to the British after they defeated the French in 1801. Okay, so the European American have stolen, especially European countries have stolen so many artifacts and they have kept them in display. In the issue of Kohinoor diamond right now, even we in Odisha started demanding that Maharaj Ranjit Singh, the original owner of this diamond, has given it, made a deed to give it to Lord Jagannath. And right now, as Rishi Sunak has become the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister of England, so there is demand that let the campaign be launched to request him to return it to the country of origin and let it be returned back to Lord Jagannath. Fine. So then the next is a scientific topic, so, and it is the facial recognition technology. Okay. So, Minister of State for Electronic and Information Technology, Sri Ajib Chandrasekhar, in written reply to the question in the Rajya Sabha, gave information about the facial recognition technology and manage data related to such technology. Facial recognition is an algorithm-based technology which creates a digital map of the face by identifying and mapping an individual's facial features, which it then matches against the database to which it has access. In the automated facial recognition system, the large database containing photos and videos of the people's face is used to match the identity person. Okay, so this is the facial recognition technology, widely used in so many domains from banking to almost all, even entry level in the office. So right now technology has come that facial recognition will be able to open the floodgates. Image of an unidentified person taken from CCTV footage is compared to the existing database using artificial intelligence technology for pattern finding and matching. Working, the facial recognition system works primarily by capturing the face of its features through the camera and then using various kinds of software to construct those features. The captured face along with its features is stored into a database which can be integrated with any kind of software that may be used for security purposes, banking services, etc. So that will be more useful, and this technology in the nascent stage, there is a wide scope for the facial recognition technology, and more its use will be in the banking domain. Fine. So first is verification. The facial map is obtained for the purpose of matching it against the person's photograph on a database to authenticate their identity. For instance, one-to-one verification is used to unlock phones. On an identification, the facial map is obtained from a photograph or a video and then matched against the entire database to identify the person in the photograph or video. Law enforcement agencies such as the Delhi Police usually procure FTR, facial technology, in 1 to N identification. From a group, a person can be identified, or from a photograph of a mob. So whether this person as part of this mob can be used by the police while controlling the riots like situations. Fine. Agitation, riots, violent agitations can be means will be of much benefit once this became used by the police forces. Authentication, it is used for identification and authentication purpose with a success rate of almost 75%. Force multipliers in India, where there are just 144 constables per 1 lakh citizen, this can act as a force multiplier. It neither requires too much manpower nor regular upgradation. Hence, this technology coupled with the present manpower in place can act as a game changer, because so identifying the person, sending the police constable to identify the person or to call the persons, no need to, because ultimately through this it will be able to get, so technologically it will be able to access it. This technology will be able to bring it and give relief to the police forces in their investigation activity. So definitely of utmost importance in the police force. Fine. Okay. Startup India Seed and Seed Fund, 56 startups supported by approved incubators under the Startup India Seed Fund scheme. This information was provided by the Minister of State for Minister of Commerce and Industry, C. Som Prakash, in reply to the parliamentary question. The Startup India endeavor of the Government of India envisages creating a robust startup ecosystem in the nation for fostering intervention and equipping opportunity for developing entrepreneurs. The Honorable Prime Minister unveiled the action plan with 19 action matters for the Startup India initiative in January 2016. Startup India is to promote entrepreneurship. Why this program is? Startup India program is a program launched by the government for promoting entrepreneurship. And so in manufacturing, in servicing, in trading, or entrepreneurship, not only confined to manufacturing but to servicing and trading also. This action plan laid a pathway for designing a facilitated ecosystem for startup in India. Henceforth, many exercises have been each to promote startups. Startup India Seed Fund scheme is one such scheme. That delivers economic aid to early stage startups. About Startup India Seed Fund scheme, easy availability of finances is critical for entrepreneurs at an early step in the evolution of an enterprise. Funding from angel investors and experienced capital enterprises became open to startups only after the evidence of the conception had been delivered. Initially, Startup India was launched to provide fund for entrepreneurs. Once they, because for a first-time entrepreneur, so normally none came forward to help. Only Okay, so once the loans are easily available to the entrepreneur from the government, then it will be easy on their part okay. So then angel investors can come, and then the persons having experience in the domain, who are called as experienced capital enterprises, can come to invest in the startup program. Fine. Also, bank provide loans only to asset-backed applicants. It is paramount to provide seed funding to startup with indigenous ideas to lead proof of concept trials. DPIIT has created Startup India Seed Fund Scheme with effect from 1st April 2021, a corpus of 945 crore to deliver a financial contribution to startups for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market entry and commercialization. It will sustain an estimated 3,600 entrepreneurs through 300 incubators in the following 4 years. The seed fund will be paid to qualified startup through suitable incubators across India. Fine. Incubation facility, that means because they are new, they are infants, they need special care, so incubation facility has been provided to the startups. The India startup ecosystem suffer from capital inadequacy in the seed and proof of concept growth phase. The capital needed at this set usually presents market to break circumstances for startup with good business ideas. Many innovative business concepts fail to take up due to the scarcity of this vital capital needed early for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market re-entry and commercialization. Seed fund proposed to such promising subjects can have a multiplier impact on the Seed fund proposed to such promising subjects can have a multiplier impact in the verification of business visions of multiple startups, leading to employment generation. Fine. An expert advisory committee has been formed by the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which will be accountable for the overall execution and monitoring of the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The expert advisory committee will assess the select incubators for distribution of seed funds, monitor progress, and take all required action for efficient utilization of the funds towards the completion of the pursuit of the Startup India Fund Scheme. 3,600 startup anticipated profiting from this particular Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. 300 vital incubators to be facilitated for sustaining startups. That an amount of 945 crore corpus split over 4 years starting from financial year 21-22 to be spent through suitable incubators. Year-round call for applications of incubators and startups. No obligatory physical incubation, and startup can apply to 3 incubators simultaneously. Pan-India Startup Agenda. Process of this SISFS, Startup India Seed Fund. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has created an expert advisory committee to conduct and survey the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The ESC will choose qualified incubators who will be delivered grants of up to 5 crore each to start their enterprise, and subsequently if they start it well, they can get angel investors, they can get the support of the experienced persons, and they can invest in the project. And because startup has a good potential, government want to harness it. In turn, the designated incubator will provide startup with up to 20 lakhs for verification of proof of concept, prototype development and product trials to startups. Moreover, up to 50 lakhs shall be delivered to the startup for market entry, commercialization or scaling up through exchangeable debentures or debt-linked instruments. Explicit guidelines of the Startup India seed fund schemes are open on the State of India Startup India portal. Fine. It is expected that the startup that obtain support at their early stages shall form substantial employment possibility for everyone. Fine. Then the Kabacha system, it is the railway anti-collision device, Kabacha, indigenously developed, okay, to check the accident on the railway. Okay. The Minister for Railway, Communication and Electronic Information Technology, Ashwini Bashram, in a written reply to the question in Rajya Sabha, gave information about the implementation of the Kabacha system. Indian Railway has indigenously developed an automatic train protection system, requested as Kabacha, train collision avoidance system, to prevent accident due to human error resulting in signal passing and danger and overspeedings. Keeping the view the complexity involved in implementation, which requires all rolling stocks, wayside stations and track to be equipped with Kabacha, it has been decided to implement Kabacha in a phased manner. So far, Kabacha has been deployed in 1,455 route kilometers on South Central Railway with 77 numbers of locomotives. Currently, Kabacha work is in progress to Delhi, Mumbai and Delhi Howrah corridors, 3,000 route kilometers. So, because the rolling stock, the track and the train's engine are to be aligned with the system to make it fit. Okay, and addition of this Kabacha system, so to check future accident of the train through the coming on the same track or through human error or any such signaling defects. The automatic engine will automatically stop, so maintaining a safe distance, so avoiding collision, head-on collision or back-end collision. Then since 2012, the railway system has been working on a self-protection program known as the Train Collision Avoidance System, TCAS, that has since been renamed Kabacha, which means armor. Kabacha is an anti-collision system designed in India to effectively minimize train fatalities. The anti-collision mechanism minimizes the possibility of mistake to 1 in 10,000 year margin. As part of this improved technology, radio frequency equipment put on the rail tracks, signaling devices on railway track, and train motors to constantly transmit messages back and forth in real time to show that the route upon which the train is running is clear of obstacles. There is no obstacles on the track on which the engine is running. That is to be ensured through the communication signalings. Fine, and that will help in checking the head-on collision, okay, of the railway. Then coming to the answer writing, what makes the new technology different from the Indian Railway? So this is the what makes it new. Since 2002, Indian Railway has already been employing the Rakha Kabach anti-collision system, while the former technology is still in operation in many Indian Railway trains. The upgraded system will be developed through all trains within the next 5 years. The new Kabacha program includes everything from railway station to signaling device and even train types. Whereas the previous system or auxiliary warning system solely operates on a specific train and locomotives. The new framework is more precise in transmitting signals to trains and is quicker because it operates in real time. As they operate in the real time basis, so actually practically they'll be able to check collision between the trains, and that is the major reason of fatalities on Indian train. Okay, then we'll come to the questions of the day. What are the main bottlenecks in the upstream and downstream process of the marketing of agricultural production in India? So just reread it. What are the main bottlenecks in upstream and downstream process of marketing of agricultural products in India? Agricultural marketing is a big issue in India because farmers are unable to get a remunerative price for their products. Okay, and that is a big loss for them all. That is why much emphasis is on how to make agriculture sustainable and how to provide a remunerative price to the farmers. Fine. So agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. Even with the growth of the other sectors, agriculture still continue to play a dominant part in the overall economic scenario of India. Agriculture marketing is mainly a state entitlement, with the central government providing support under central sector schemes. The upstream process of agriculture marketing includes input to agriculture like seeds, machinery, technology, and the downstream process includes the food processing industry. So upstream, okay, you can say the inputs comes in the upstream, and the downstream, the products are used by some other industry, fine, for developing some other products. This is what. So however, there is still many challenges in upstream and downstream process of agricultural marketing. What are the challenges? Let discuss them. What are the challenges in the upstream and downstream agriculture marketing? Because agriculture market is a very big issue in India, because after independence, still in 21st century, in 2022, more than 50% of the workforce is deployed in agriculture. In the upstream process, lack of coverage of reform policy is one of the main hindrances in addressing the issue of agricultural marketing. For example, only some states have adopted agricultural produce and livestock marketing act fully. Contract farming has been taken out of the agricultural produce marketing committee domain, citing conflict of interest, and this creates lacuna in the upstream as well as downstream process. Another downstream bottleneck is flawed MSP provisions, which forces the private traders to buy produce at or above MSP, or penalizing for not doing so, which can kill the private market for agricultural produce, because MSP is decided by the government, not by the farmers themselves. The producers, they never fix the price of their product. This is the only issue in agriculture, that the producers are not given the option to fix the price of their product, whereas in manufacturing, the manufacturer fix the price of the product, but in agriculture, the government which fix the price of the product. There should be effective provisions of procurement. There should be effective provisions of procurement by the state and its agencies within the involvement of local institutions like the primary agricultural credit societies and the producer companies, as it affects sourcing activities and purchasing activity in the upstream and downstream processes. Most disappointingly, Agricultural Produce and Livestock Marketing Promotion and Facility Act 2017 ignores the vexed issue of the role of RTH or commission agents in the agriculture market in the APMC, and maintains them as central agents in the system. This affects the whole agriculture market process, because they are recognized as the government agents, whereas they are not earlier the private agents. However, with some reforms like the removal of entry barrier, involvement of other stakeholders, and electronic settlement of sales, the process of marking the agriculture products can be improved. Addressing the challenges of the agriculture market in complex yet doable at the doubling of farmers' income cannot come without developing a thriving market of agriculture. Hence, it is high time that focus must shift from agriculture production to agriculture marketing. Production as well as marketing are the two important domains. and it is more than production, so to marketing is more important. Okay, because production is done and it's being done, but right now time has come to ensure a good price to the producer in the agricultural section, because a good price will facilitate to fulfill the government promise of doubling farmers income, which is very big target of the government. That is why, so right now it is being discussed that so doubling farmer income needs development of the agricultural market system. Fine. Addressing the challenges of the agricultural market is complex, yet doable. The doubling of farmers' income cannot come without developing a thriving market of agriculture. Hence, it is high time that focus must shift from agricultural production to agricultural marketing. Then coming to the MCQs. The identity platform Aadhaar provides open application programming interface. What does it imply? It can be integrated into any electronic device. Fine. And right, online authentication using iris is possible. That is also right. So here both 1 and 2 are correct. Answer is C. Then coming to question number 2. With reference to Kabachas, consider the following statement. It is an indigenously developed anti-train collision system by DRDO in collaboration with the Indian Railway. That is, okay. So, anti-train collision system. Okay. It means to provide protection by preventing train to pass the signal at dangers and avoid collision. Okay. So, it is not at least 1 is incorrect, only 2 is correct. Okay, so because this is not the ATP, anti-train collision system. In addition to fingerprint scanning, which of the following can be used in the biometric identification of a person? Iris scanning, retinal scanning, voice recognition. Okay, so all the 3 can be taken if it is implemented properly. So 1, 2, 3, D is the right answer. Consider the following statement with reference to Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The startup which have received monetary support under the other central or state government scheme would be eligible under this scheme. Okay, so it will not. Okay, the scheme was launched by the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Okay, DPIIT. So that is right. So only 2 is right, because receiving money from any other fund of the government support will not make it eligible. So only 2 is correct, but 1 is wrong. So answer is B. Then question number 5. Following statement: Kohinoor Diamond, India; Rosetta Stone, Turkey; Benin Bronze, Kenya. Okay, so only 1 pair is correct. The Kohinoor Diamond, that is from India. These 2 are interchanged. So these 2 are incorrect. Only 1 pair is correct. That is the Kohinoor Diamond from India. From the following statement is referred to a minimum support price. MSP is compounded on the basis of the recommendation made by this Commission Agri Cost and Prices. That is right. Current copra is covered under the so that is also right. So both are correct. MS for food grains is always kept necessarily higher than the market price of the grains. That is not always maintained. Okay, so 3 is not correct. So only 1 and 2. That is answer is B. Not higher than the market price. At times in some product market price is higher than the market MSP declared by the government. The following statement about the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. It is a quasi-judicial body established under the Companies Act 2013. A company can approach the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal challenging the Competition Commission of India's order on unfair business practices. That is also right. An appeal against the order passed by the National Company Law Tribunal can be made only in Supreme Court. 9 also can be made in the High Courts. Fine. 1 and 2 are correct. Answer is 1 and 2 means answer is C. Recently, studies show that UP Tamil Nadu struggle with encroachment in centrally protected monument site, which refers to protection of centrally protected monuments sites. Consider the following statement: the ASI or Archaeological Survey of India regulates construction around the protected monuments through the Ancient Monument and Archaeological Site and Remains Amendment Act 2010. The Act prohibits construction within 100 meters of the protected monuments. Recent proposed amendments seek to do away with the ban on construction within 100 meters of the monument and only regulate construction within 100 to 200 meters under the Act that protect monument and sites over 100 years old. Okay, so this is all three are correct. So 1, 2, 3, D is the right answer. 100 to 200, earlier 100 meters, right now they want to extend it to 200 meters to protect the monuments. Recently, nasal COVID vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech made available as booster dose. With reference to this, consider the following. Unlike Covaxin, which is an activated coronavirus, Inovac is dropped in the nostrils. That is right. Inovac is a adenovirus vectored vaccine with an perfusion substitution spike protein. So this is only correct, but one is not correct. 2 is incorrect. Recently, government has decided to protect vaccine for the prevention of cervical cancer to girls aged 9 to 14 years through their schools. With reference to this, consider the following statement. Prevention through vaccination is one of the pillars of the global strategy adopted by the World Health Organization for the elimination of cervical cancer. The human papilloma virus (HPV) is linked to the majority of the cervical cancers. Okay, so both 1 and 2 are correct. And this cervical cancer is curable right now with the development vaccine by the Serum Institute of India, and government has decided to take it under the public health system to give it free to save the women in the country. And as report says, every 8 minutes one woman died of cervical cancer in India. That is why government has taken it a challenge to overcome the cervical cancer in the country by injecting this vaccine to the girls in the schools. So thank you for watching. Keep watching every day to update yourself on a regular basis. Thank you.